the background to several things. Ignore that. This is the best setup I can do for now. You can see some bookshelves in the background. My bookshelves are a little chaotic because stuffed animals. My nails are naked, so ignore that. You're going to see me look down a lot or hold it up like that because we're going to run through. This time I have notes. So my September TBR, these are the books I was choosing from. Addicted to You, Book 1, The Nanny, Hunting Adeline, Book 2, Borrow My Heart, The Ritual, Fourth Wing, The War of Two Queens, In Too Deep, Imaginary Friend, You Should See Me in a Crown, The Names They Gave Us, Laura, Winterwood, The Door to December, Ricochet, which is book 2 of the Addicted Calloway series. You may be wondering, did I get to any of them? I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, hold on, pause, start over. You may be wondering if I read all of them. I did not. I'm going to show you now the ones I got to, and we're going to go in order because I have notes. So, Addicted to You, Book 1. This is by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I gave it a 3.75 star rating, but now I'm wondering if I should change it. Anyway, so I'm not going to read everything on my notes because I feel like some people may have not read this yet, and I don't want anybody to say, oh, well, spoiler. So, going by the title, and I'm not going to give the main characters' names, even though a lot of people probably know it by now. So, the two main characters, they both have issues. I'm not going to say what the issues are, and I'm not going to go into that. I will say with the rest of the notes, let's see. The two main characters, they've been friends since they were kids. I'm not going to read that either. They're in college. They live together. They come from rich families. And then I'm just going to read this part. At first, I didn't know how I was going to feel about this book because of the addiction aspect of the story. I'm still not sure. Okay, well, I am sure at this point. This was just when I was reading. I was first reading it. Okay, so I'm going to skip that too. Lily has 3 sisters, Rose, Poppy, and Daisy. Rose attends a different college. Daisy is the youngest, and Daisy's the model. Poppy is the one that's married. She has a kid. There's a couple of people that become a main part of the story. Okay, so overall, there's so much more that I could say about this book, but I do not want to give a spoiler. I read book 2. I'm so ready to read book 3. I enjoy the storyline. I think the writing style is really good, but the storyline's good too. It's just with this book being about addiction, I don't know. It's not triggering for me, but I don't know. I can't explain how I felt, but overall, 3.75. I guess I'll stick with that because that's how I felt at the time. Let's see. I wanted to go ahead. Let me find Ricochet. Did I even take notes on Ricochet? This is going to be a chaotic video. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go with book 2. Ricochet. Oh, I should say these are romances. And starts trigger warnings. At this point, we know the main character, Lily Calloway, her boyfriend Lauren, Lo Hale. Lily is a sex addict. Lo is an alcoholic. By this point, I can say that because you should know that by now if you've read it. Lily does get help, so does Lo. I enjoyed this. I'm rooting for Lily and Lo. I want to see them healthy individually and as a couple. I want to see them doing well. This I gave a 5 star. I hope this is not. I feel like this is just chaotic and cringy, but we're just gonna roll with it until I get used to being in front of the camera. So I read this one. It is In Too Deep by Court Voorhees. Hopefully I'm reading that. Overall, I gave this a 3 star. The genre is mystery thriller. The main character is Annie. She's 15 years old. Her mom owns a dive shop. She's in high school. I think she's a freshman. The book starts with her giving a presentation in one of her classes. Her best friend is Gracia. Her other friend is Mimi. She goes to this school because her dad is a teacher there and she has a scholarship. Because this school that she goes to, I guess it's a private type school for like rich and famous people or rich people in some sense. But she has a scholarship. Her dad's a teacher, so that's why she goes there. She has a crush on a guy in this book. I won't give his name yet. The trip that they go on, it's funded by the school. The teacher that got this trip together, he has ulterior motives. The mystery thriller aspect, it was interesting, but when I think of mystery thriller, I think of something spooky, something scary. I wouldn't so much call this a thriller. To me, this is just like a mystery at best. And you know what? I said the same thing in my notes. Classified as a mystery thriller. Doesn't seem like a thriller, maybe slightly mystery. Subplot, to me, a little romance. That's maybe. The trip was to Cozumel. And they used school funds. But again, ulterior motives. Overall, 3 stars. And that's at best. Okay, I don't know the one I read next. But we're going to go ahead and just do The Nanny. And I read this one because of Larissa from Larry Reed. Where is my note? I really need to be more organized with these notes. And some of these notes are unfinished, but I got lazy. I'm sorry. This is by Lena Ferguson. Here we go. The genre is romance. The main character is Cassie. The other characters are Aiden Reed, his daughter Sophie. Sophie's aunt Iris, she shows up in there. Cassie's neighbor and best friend, which her neighbor and best friend is an older lady. Normally, I don't really like kids in books or anything, but I do think that Sophie, her storyline was done really well, and for that, I love that little girl. I don't want to read any of this because I don't want to give anything away. Okay, so let's just say this. There was something that Cassie did, and she met this person, and I'll just say it was online. And then she stopped doing that. So, but she needed a job, and she needed another place to stay. She stayed with her neighbor for a little while. She gets this job with this guy that did her interview at the restaurant, and there's more to it than that. But if you want to find out, you're going to need to read it. But I did give this 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I think, as much as I enjoyed this, I kind of want to read more about her. Don't I have another book by her? I'm going to have to look at that, but I think I have another book by her. Okay, Borrow My Heart by Casey West. I feel like the notes I take, I can't even use them because they're spoilers in my opinion. Now that I'm looking at them, they're spoilers. So this is another one where I didn't, or did I take full notes? You know, this is full notes. See, I don't know if you can see the notes. Borrow My Heart by Casey West. Casey West is an author that I buy instantly. I don't think about it. She is just an author I know that I love. I will love her books. However, would I consider this one? Okay, it wasn't. Yeah. So usually I love her books. 5 star all around. This one I only gave 4 stars. So it is romance. Ren, she's the main character. She works in an animal shelter. She's really attached to this one pit bull. I can't remember if he was mixed or full bred pit, but either way, he's pit. His name is Bean. She just seems really attached to him. She loves him so much. Her best friend though works at a coffee shop. There's a guy that she has a crush on who volunteers there too. Then there was these 2 boys in the coffee shop, and she ends up helping one of them out. But there's something with that though, but you're gonna have to read it to find out. There is a storyline with Bean. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but personally, I really, really loved Bean. He captured my heart. If I haven't said this before, pit bulls are my favorite breed when it comes to dogs. I have a pit bull. I like to think myself as an advocate for pits. I'll share stuff on Facebook when it comes to pits. I will, if someone would ever speak ill to me personally about a pit bull, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to explain to them and school them and educate them. And I'm going to do it respectfully, obviously. But pit bulls, I will say this here, pit bulls have a bad rep. society has made it to where people think pit bulls are horrible. They're really not. Um, Pit bulls are very loving animals, very caring animals. Um, I don't think all pits are bad. I don't think any pit's bad. I think it just depends on how you raise them. And that's with any breed. It does depend on how you raise them. My pit bull, for example, she is very loving. Pit bulls are big dogs, obviously. And she's not a puppy by no means, but she is my puppy dog. She thinks she's a lap dog first. Secondly, I have cats too. My cats love her. Well, they love her, but they also she can walk past them, and my cats aren't scared. My puppy has been around cats her entire life. So anyway, needless to say, I love pit bulls. Love the pit in this one. Love his name. There's a part with Bean that made me cry, but nothing bad. But this overall, it was a good book. It wasn't my favorite Casey West book, but I did enjoy it. 4 stars. I do recommend it. Whew, okay, book 2. This is a duology. Book 1 was Haunting Adeline. Book 2 is Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. Did I rate this yet? I don't even know. Okay, I didn't write down the genre. I guess it's a dark romance, even though it has, well, dark romance. This is book 2 in a duology. Adeline is the female main character. Call her Addie. You've got Zaid or Z. He's the main male character, or male main character. It's very, very dark. Please, if you're going to read this duology, search up trigger warnings. I'm not going to say too much on book 2, but let's talk about it with book 1 and then talk about it as a whole. So, book 1, Adeline, well, Addie, she gets introduced as a main character. She's an author. And then Zaid, or Z, in the organization that he's with, he's known as Z, but Zaid is how we all know him if you read the book. He lays eyes on her, and it goes from there. As a whole, I really enjoyed the duology, and I don't know what that says about me because considering some things that were in book 1, I really don't know how I feel about book 2. I haven't even rated it yet. Let's go ahead and rate this right now. Okay, let's just go ahead and rate it. I think overall, even though there's some parts that I'm just like, what am I reading right now? We're going to say 4 stars. We're going to say 4 stars. And I wish I had a pen because I would write it down. And then if I can't remember what I rated the first one. It's on YouTube somewhere. But I do recommend this duology. I do. Only if you like dark romance. Only if the triggers aren't going to bother you. So again, I say for this duology, please search up trigger warnings because whoo, is it dark. It is dark. It is dark. It is dark. Oh, and I'm going to read this right here. It says, to my anxiety, because you really tried me on this one and I kicked your ass anyway. The author did that. Yeah, anxiety sucks. And then there's an important note where she talks about, as some of you may know, the first book in this duet, Haunting Adeline, was banned due to the warnings. But it is so necessary to have one. These are also available on my website. This book contains very dark, triggering situations such as graphic rape. These scenes are detailed, so please proceed with caution. And then there's some other stuff that says graphic violence, gore, sexual assault, kidnapping, psychological, what is that? Psychological abuse, mental abuse, explicit sexual situations, and it lists several others. So please, again, if you're going to read this, take this right here very seriously. Go to the website, search up trigger warnings. Okay, so another one. Well, these two, I cannot talk. These are on, this was on my, what is it called? Yeah, these were on my September TBR as well. I started this over 2 weeks ago. I'm not done. It's not bad. I do like it once I pick it up. But unfortunately, I have to make myself pick it up. This is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. No offense to the cover, to the cover art, to the person that did the cover art. I hate the cover. I hate the cover. And please do not come at me. The only reason why I hate the cover is because I have a deathly fear of snakes. The fact that I have this book in my hand, that I own it, surprises even me. So I don't have a star rating for this. I don't have any notes on this. I just know that as of, what's today? I have a calendar up there if you're wondering what I'm looking at. The 28th. Okay, so today's Thursday, the 28th. I'm on chapter 18, page 162. It's not bad. I do like it. It's just, for me, fantasy. Some fantasy, not all fantasies. Because some fantasy I can, get through. This, I don't know what it is, but I'm struggling. It's not bad, though. I like it. I would recommend it so far. So, because I'm reading this slow, matter of fact, I haven't picked this up in a few days. I need to do that. This has been on my shelf for a while. I got it from a case. You See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. Who did I see? I think the first time I seen this being talked about was Haley and Bookland. I was never going to get it. I had no interest in getting it, but I saw it at McKay's. And I want to say I got this with store credit. And it was less than $5, so I went ahead and got it. So, I haven't read anything yet today, which I need to because it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm on chapter 3, page 17. I started it last night, I only got through a couple of chapters. You would think writing notes would help me speak better. It doesn't. So anyway, the plan is now. Alright, so let's recap. I did read Addicted to You, which I gave 3.75, Ricochet, 5 stars, In Too Deep, 3 stars, Burn My Heart, 4 stars, The Nanny, 4.5 stars, and we're going to go ahead and give Honey and Adeline 5 stars. Or what did I say? Or did I say 4 stars? We're going to say 4 stars. I don't know what I said prior. But ignore, even if I said 5 stars earlier, ignore it. We're going to get 4. And I haven't rated Lore. I started this. I haven't rated it yet because I just started. I am hoping, being that we have a few days left in the month, I'll finish this month. If not, you'll see it in October's TBR, which next week. It should go up next week. I have to film it first. Okay, so my plan is, for the books I did not read this month, we are going to take a few, and we're going to put it on October's TBR. I already have October's TBR set up right there. You can't see it, but it's right there. And I'm going to take a few of these, which I've already got some picked out. They're in my actual bedroom, the room that you're seeing now. This is where I keep my makeup, my books, my clothes. I keep all my stuff in here. Please ignore that. I did not want that in the video, but apparently it's going to be. I really only wanted this, but I have my phone long ways. Yeah, so there's that. So ignore my shoes, even though, it's not horrible, right? Anyway, that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what books you read in September. Tell me if you have read any of these on the list. Tell me what books you do plan to read from this list, if any. And I think that's it. Have a great day.